Hello, hello. I hope that you guys are having a great day so far and are ready to sit and focus for some learning fun. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Now, on our schedule, number 1, we have our calendar, so let's take a look at it today. Looking at the last day that was crossed off, that was yesterday. So we can see that yesterday was Tuesday, May 12th. What would come after Tuesday? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That would mean today is Wednesday. Let's say today's date in a complete sentence. Today is Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. Now, if you'll notice, we have a special day today. Today is the last day that you and your family can send me ideas for themes that we can study next week. Remember, next week is our very last week of school. So that means next week is the last week for our videos. So I wanted to leave it up to you to decide what we study. So if you guys want to study one thing in particular, like maybe you want to study sharks or caves or sunflowers, something in particular, it could be anything, even pirates. Anything you guys want to talk about, we could talk about. But have your family send me a message so I can get ready and see if we can fit everybody in. So, if today is Wednesday, the last day that you guys can send me your ideas, what day comes after Wednesday? Thursday. So that means tomorrow will be Thursday. Alrighty. So, on this day, let's see what's next. Our daily write it. So, our daily write it word for today, this Wednesday, is sit. Let's tap it out. Sit. 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 Okay. Taking that word sit, we're going to put it into a complete sentence. Let's look at our picture first. So here we have a boy who is sitting. So the present would be sit, right? So our sentence today is going to be, he can sit for a long time. He can sit for a long time. Let's remember to do everything that good writers do. Capital letter at the beginning, punctuation at the end, spaces in between all of our words, stretching out our words, spelling our trick words correctly, and forming our letters correctly. Remember, families might have to help us with this and erase our letter if we make a letter wrong. They might help us form it correctly. Okay, so on your special lined paper, go ahead, pause the video, and write the sentence, he can sit for a long time. Okay, let's give it a check. He can sit for a long time. Let's count the words first. He can sit for a long time. 7 words today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of your words should be separated by spaces, capital letter at the beginning, punctuation at the end to stop your sentence. Now it's a telling sentence, so we get a period. He can sit for a long, that was a tricky one, 4 letters, time. Okay, now let's look at our trick words that I hope we spelled correctly. He, for, a. Can, I hope we were able to sound out because we already know that an says an. Sit, we can stretch out that word. This word has 4 sounds in it, but you can still stretch it out. And then time, we know that super silent E pokes the I, pokes the vowel to make it say its name. Okay, so go ahead, check your sentence and make sure it is correct. If it is, fabulous, nice job. If it's not, that's okay because you tried your best. But if you need to fix it, go ahead and pause the video now and fix your sentence. Okay, now that you're done with your sentence, let's go ahead and keep moving. We are on number 3, letter and number review. So 2 letters, 1 number. Our first letter that we are going to study today is E. E, ed, e. Now, all uppercase letters start at the skyline. So, I'll start at the skyline. I'll go straight down to grass line. Frog jump up to the skyline, fly across. Frog jump to the plane line, fly across. Frog jump to the grass line, fly across. E, ed, e. Lowercase e's are challenging. They're tricky because they don't start on a line. They start in between the plane line and the grass line. I fly forward, curve up and back to the plane line, curve down to the grass line. E, ed, e. All right. After E comes what letter? F. So, uppercase F starts at the skyline, goes straight down to the grass line. Frog jump up and over to the skyline, fly across. Frog jump to the plane line, fly across. Very similar to uppercase E, except uppercase F does not have a line at the grass line. Okay, lowercase f's are tricky too, guys. Lowercase f's, remember we start just a little bit below the skyline or right on the skyline. And we're going to touch that skyline, but then we're going to start curving and then go straight down to grass line, frog jump to plane line, fly across. F, fun. Okay, our number for the day. Our number today is 1 less than 7. Which number is 1 less than 7? Well, we have 7. We're going to make it 1 less. 6. Our number today is 6. So starting at the skyline, slide back to the grass line, curve, go up and in on the plane line. All right. Slide back and then a loop, a 6 rolls a hoop. Now, if I were to turn that 6 into a 16, what would I do? Add a 1 in front. I'll bet you knew that. My 1 cannot be behind or it would make the number 61. My 1 has to be in front of the 6. All right, guys, so now it's your turn. On your Special Foundations paper, you're going to make 2 of everything we just practiced. Uppercase E, lowercase e, uppercase F, lowercase f, 6 and 16. Remember to use your pincer grip and your lined paper. Do your best. You can begin now. All right, let's keep going. We are on number 4, our lesson plan packet. Now, remember every school day, so Monday all the way through Friday, we do 30 minutes of reading activities and we write about them in our log. 30 minutes of math, write those activities in our log. And continuing our family service project. Now, to help with meeting our 30-minute goal and to get our brains ready for first grade, we have our worksheets. Today we're in week 2 of this packet, day 3, which is Wednesday. So we can see we're doing ending sounds, addition word problems, and then a read it, cut it, glue it. Let's check those out. Your ending sound paper for the day. You're going to say the picture name and then write the sound that you hear at the end. So, for example, penguin. What do you hear at the very end of penguin? Is the last sound you heard. Penguin. So we would write the N in that box. Remember to write your letters star-worthy, even though there's no lines there. We're still forming them correctly. Tall letters are tall, short letters are short, and hanging letters hang below. So you're going to write the ending sound that you hear for all of these pictures. For our math activity today, addition word problems. Draw pictures to help you solve the word problems. So you and your family can read the word problem, draw a picture of how to solve it, and then write the answer. Read the word problem, draw a picture of how to solve it, answer it in the bottom. Your other literacy activity. Your read it, cut it, and glue it. Read the sentences, glue the picture that matches the sentences in the box. Do that for all 4 boxes. Now, remember, if your family is thinking that some of those activities are a little too easy, they can use the paper to give you some ideas on how to make it a little more challenging. So the ending sounds paper. Brainstorm what other words end with the same sound. That sounds a little tricky. Addition word problems. There's another one for that too. So now that we have talked about all of our directions for our lesson plan packet, you can go ahead and pause the video and complete your activities and your 30 minutes of reading, 30 minutes of math, and the reading log now. Okay, guys, let's carry on. We are on number 5, our read aloud. Now, this week we are talking about plants and how they grow from seeds. We're learning about different parts of plants, and we're learning about how plants reproduce or how they make more plants. Yesterday, in our From Seed to Pumpkin book, we learned that there are male flowers and female flowers, so boy and girl flowers, which is interesting. I know that that is new information to a lot of us. That's interesting. So when we watch our thematic video for the day, it's a SciShow Kids video, and I bet that it might give us more information on how plants reproduce. But for right now, we have a story to read, and this is called A Surprise Garden. It's a Winnie the Pooh book. So we're going to read this book to see if we can gather any more information about plants. Here we go. A Surprise Garden. A Surprise Garden. It was early summer in the 100-acre wood. Rabbit's garden was filled with flowers and vegetables that was ready for picking. "How does your garden grow?" Pooh asked Rabbit. "Those vegetables stay hidden underneath the dirt," Tigger said. "Then old Longears picks up the loot when it's ready, just like buried treasure." "Not exactly," said Rabbit. "First I plant these itty-bitty things called seeds." Rabbit held out a hand to show his friends what they looked like. "And as a little surprise, I have a packet for each of you. These are my special surprise seeds. You have to plant them and see what grows." Why? Said Piglet. I don't know much about planting a garden. Nonsense, said Owl. Like my old Uncle Cuthbert used to say, just give them some room and the flowers will bloom. Flowers and vegetables do need room to grow, said Rabbit. There are some simple rules to planting. If you follow them, your seeds will sprout. Hoo-hoo! Shouted Tigger. Sproutin' shoutin' seeds. I can hardly wait. Now listen carefully, said Rabbit, and I'll tell you my rules. Till and hoe, pull out the weeds. Then dig a hole to hold the seeds. Plant them in a sunny spot. Then water them, but not a lot. There's one more thing you need to know. It takes some time for seeds to grow. Next, Rabbit gave each of his friends a little patch of dirt in his garden where they could plant their seeds. A honey tree would be the perfect plant for me, Pooh said. I'll betcha I'll grow a stupendous beanstalk up to the sky, cried Tigger. Come on, Long Ears, let's get a plantin'. Pooh and his friends followed Rabbit's directions carefully. First, Pooh and Piglet hoed and raked the soil. Next, Tigger dug some perfect-sized holes. Finally, Roo planted the seeds in a sunny spot, while Owl carefully watered them. Now came the hard part, waiting for the seeds to grow. Each day, Pooh and his friends stopped by Rabbit's garden to check on their seeds. And each day, they went away feeling a little disappointed because they didn't see anything growing. These seeds have a lot of catching up to do, said Tigger with a sigh. Poor Roo couldn't wait much longer. What if the seeds don't sprout and we run out of patience? He asked. Now, said Rabbit. You've got to give the seeds a chance. Everything grows in its own time. Take good care of your seeds. Give them sunlight and water, and I promise they'll grow. Pooh looked very thoughtful. Perhaps we didn't follow Rabbit's gardening rules, he said. Aw, fiddlesticks, said Owl, shaking his head. We did exactly what he told us to do. Suddenly, Roo had an idea. Sometimes Mama takes extra special care of me with a little treat, he said. Hey, I think you got something there, Roo boy, said Tigger. We need to do something extra special for our seeds. So each of Pooh's friends came up with his very own seed-caring idea. Piglet covered his patch of dirt with a soft pink blanket so his seeds wouldn't get cold. Tigger put on his good luck hat and did his Tiggerific rain dance. Hoo-hoo! He cried. Rain, rain, shower, shower, bring down some flower power. Owl tickled his patch of dirt with a feather to cheer up his seeds. Won't they be tickled pink? He said. Meanwhile, Roo and Piglet hurried over to Roo's house to get his magic wand. When Roo returned to the garden, he waved it over his little patch. Then he did the same thing for each of his friends' seed patches. "Abracadabra, alakazoo!" cried Roo. "Please grow for Tigger, Owl, Piglet, and Pooh!" Shortly thereafter, Pooh went home to get his honey pot. When he came back to the garden, he sprinkled the dirt with tiny drops of honey. "Oh, bother," said Pooh. "I do hope this sweetens them up. Honey always works for me." A few days later, all the seeds began to sprout. First, Pooh's friends saw little buds on the flower stems and baby vegetables. Then the buds turned into blooms and the vegetables got bigger. "What a spectacular surprise these seeds turned out to be!" cried Tigger. There were bright yellow sunflowers for Tigger, pink pansies for Piglet, string beans for Owl, cherry tomatoes for Roo, but nothing for Pooh. Poor Pooh looked up at Tigger's sunny flowers. He couldn't figure out why his seeds weren't growing. "Think, think, think," he said. "I think I did everything I was supposed to do. I've even tried to be patient." Pooh's friends were so pleased with their little crop of vegetables and flowers that they decided to pick some for Rabbit as a thank you present. First, Tigger cut down his sunflowers, and when he did, the garden area suddenly bathed in sunlight. So look, Pooh's patch is in a shaded area because Tigger's flowers are blocking the sun. "Old Longears will absolutely love my blossomin' bloomers," said Tigger. A few days later, the most surprising thing happened. With Tigger's flowers out of the way, the sun began to shine right on Pooh's garden patch, and his seeds began to sprout and grow. Pooh's seeds grew into the best plant of all. "Oh, those are the biggest, plumpest strawberries I've ever seen," said Rabbit. "Oh, thank you," said Pooh, although he wasn't sure what he had done. "It just goes to show patience works wonders, Pooh," said Rabbit. "I'll have to add patience to my list of gardening rules. Make sure you find a sunny spot, then till and rake and hoe. Be patient, it may take a while to see your garden grow." All right, so this book helped teach us what flowers need to grow or what plants need to grow. What do plants and seeds need to grow? Well, you need a seed. You need to put it in the earth. It needs sunlight. It needs water. It needs air. Then, does it grow right away? No, you have to have patience because it takes a while for a seed to grow. So actually, on Friday, I think it would be a fun activity if we talked about how to plant our own seeds. So Friday, we're going to watch a video about planting our own seeds. And if your family would like, they can buy some seeds and you can plant them at home, either on Friday or over the weekend. But we are learning about how seeds grow into plants. So as we talked about today, during our thematic video, you're going to watch a SciShow Kids video on how seeds grow into plants. All right, so that brings us down to our next and our final activity, flashcard practice. Every day we start with our trick words. So I will show you a trick word and I would like for you to tell me what it is. Here we go, guys. R, me, she, to, be, a, have, of, from, I, the, he, you, as, is, was, by, and, his, we, my, has, or, for, they. All right. Now, since today is Wednesday, on Wednesday we do our letters and our sounds. Let's do letters first. Here we go. What letter is this? Y, Z, W, T, F, U, E, S, X, Q, followed by U, K, B, R, J, I, G, P, V, A, M, D, O, L, H, C, N. All right, now the sounds. So only the sounds. L, k, n, p, y, z, w, t, f, e, s, x, qu, k, b, j, I, g, v, a, d, a. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed our video today and learned some interesting information about seeds and plants. But we are all done. So I will see you guys on our video tomorrow. Remember that I love you and I miss you so much. Bye.